What is up, everyone? Welcome into the YenYorkCity Podcast Live. I see you guys are all coming in, all you beautiful people from Jebus community. Thank you so much for tuning in. And tonight, as you can see, we have a different setup. And we have Luna Satori in the house because we're in his house tonight. So technically, I am not in New York City. I am in Jersey City. New York, not New York City, Jersey, dirty Jersey, I like to call it, but you know, that's me. But anyways, tonight we have someone very, very special from London, okay? We got someone from London, and if you guys didn't, I don't know if I retweeted it, but I saw it yesterday. New Yorkers find British accents the most sexiest in the world. So, I mean, I know we weren't up there. I mean, who wants to hear us say, coffee, I need my cup of coffee. I don't know, but yeah, British people win for sexiest accent in New York City. So yeah, so tonight we're gonna be listening to all that. We're gonna be serenaded, well, more like metal serenade. He's a metal guitarist, okay? He plays a lot of rocksmith. He does gaming also, and he's a super shredder. And he's loved here on Twitch. So I wanted to talk a little bit about him, but I think Luna over there wants to say hello first. Luna.
Hello.
So Luna, from there, can you go to your camera, or I have to do that? I'm not sure.
From the podcast.
Oh, okay.
When
Okay.
we're ready to
All
switch
right.
over.
So today we have a little bit of a different setup, but yeah, you're gonna see his drum set. We just got a new e-kit on Friday, so if you didn't see that, it's on his channel, Luna Satori. But yeah, so TheJebusCorner, he's a guitarist, metal shredder, and he also does streams playing rocksmith and gaming. And he's gonna be on the podcast tonight. So are you guys ready? I see Steven is in the chat. I see Greer. Hello, Greer. I know he plays guitar and bass also. Anybody else here super excited? Give me some hype in chat. Sean KR is here. Yes. All right. I think we're ready. But first, I gotta ask Jebus, also known as Taylor, are you ready for me?
I am ready.
All right, let's do this. YenYorkCity Live with TheJebusCorner. There he goes. Look at that handsome devil over there.
What's up, all you saucy people?
Saucy. So how are you doing? How was your day? What time is it in London right now?
It is currently nearly 12:30. So I'm way up past my bedtime tonight.
All right. Well, that's good. After midnight, I see you. What are you up
dark.
to? Yeah, it's after dark over here. Okay. Well, it's always,
Take any energy drinks to stay up?
I had a couple beers, so that'll do me. That'll do me for a few hours.
So what's your beer of choice, I should ask?
I'm a new beer drinker. I've always been I like fruity drinks. I like cider. I'm a big wine person, but I just started drinking Singer beers, like a Thai beer. Yeah, my family is big into beer, and I've just always kind of avoided it. But I'm finally growing up, so.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste,
now.
but wine is nice, right? With a steak.
Yeah. White wine, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for a bottle. A bottle. I was about to say a glass, but these people know me. It's a bottle.
It's a bottle. Yeah, let's be
That's
honest.
a bottle. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to them.
Not a glass. We're gonna drink that whole bottle.
Yeah, they've seen me at my worst, so.
So do you do that normally? Is that like your ritual? You have a beer, settle down, and then you scream?
I usually have a beer on stream towards, so it usually I don't really drink energy drinks. I don't actually have a lot of sugar, so I tend to have a drink and that kind of like keeps me going. It keeps me pumped. And on Fridays, in the community, we have like a weekly drinking session. You know, we can't go out drinking now, so I was like, okay, well, these people are all around the world, so let's do it in Discord and see what happens. And it's kind of become a hit amongst the community, I'd say.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, with the social distancing and everything, you got to get creative. You know, you have to do what you got to do and be entertaining, and that's what you are. You're very entertaining. So yes, yes, everybody here, right? I mean, everyone here that knows you from stream knows. Okay, so you have your beer and you stream. So I gotta ask you before anything. I know we got into the beer thing first. Let's rewind a little bit and go back. 2020, we're right at the end of 2020. I can't believe it. We're at the end of November.
Thank God.
Yes, 2020 has been a really, really like roller coaster ride. And I know a lot of people, you know, have gone through a lot and are really stressed, and it's just been a whirlwind. But I think on the positive side for streamers, it's been the way to go. If you can't play live, then at least you have an outlet for people that can't go and see shows live, and you know, be entertained in the comfort of your own home, and also while you're home, right? Like I'm not sure if you do this professionally or if you just do it as a hobby or just like to rock out, but this is a cool way to kind of de-stress and relieve that social distancing that all of us are kind of grown. Like, it's weird in a weird way. Some people are used to being home, but some people are just like, oh, I miss the live shows, the live performances. If you're a performer, if you like just going to see shows like myself. So how was your 2020 in a whole, now that we're gonna really wind down and end it? How would you describe it?
So, I always, every time I talk to someone about 2020, I always feel I'm quite hesitant in saying, because my 2020 has been really good.
Yeah.
I've despite all of like the bad stuff that's happened, this year has been, you know, like, I've been the most productive I think I've ever been.
Yes.
So like you said, you don't know if this is, I don't do this full time. I've had a few conversations about that with people in the community before, because people ask like, oh, you know, is this your main, like, is this what you do, is this your main thing? But I work as well. I'm a cyber security analyst. I'm on an apprenticeship, but I finished that in like 2 weeks time, so I'll be fully qualified then. So Twitch is purely a hobby, and I aim to keep it that way, if that makes sense. With the way Twitch is looking at the moment, it's super, you know, as a musician, I don't really know where it's going. I don't think anyone does, but
Yeah, at this point.
I don't think it's safe to rely on it as like a main source of A, income, but also B, like just like a pastime, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing like Twitch has over everyone else is the community in general, but
Yeah.
outside of that, it's pretty much falling apart.
Oh man. Yeah, I could go into it, because like musicians, I know you've spoken to a bunch of them, and I don't know if you've spoken about the dreaded acronym before, but
yes. We're gonna get to that too. Yes, we're
oh,
definitely gonna get
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so yeah.
So do you feel like yeah, the positive spin on everything is, okay, we're home, what do we do? Okay, so let's stream, let's start a channel. So when did you start streaming on Twitch, and how did you find out about Twitch in the first place?
So this goes back a long way. I first made my account when it was Justin TV. So I've been on.
So you're an OG.
Yeah. I'm way back, way back when.
Okay.
Yeah. So I made my first account in 2007. Because I was following these guys called 4Player Podcast. I don't know if anyone remembers them, but they were way back. They were like pioneering live streaming. And yeah, so I started on Justin TV, and I was purely a lurker for years and years and years, until I actually started streaming in 2015. I did the same thing. I did Rocksmith. I think at that point I was one of the only people doing Rocksmith. My setup was chaos. Like it
Wow.
looked bad. But yeah, I remember like a bunch of the original Rocksmith guys. It was like I guess it's kind of cool because I got to see them,
Evolve.
get to get to where they are now. So I did that for like 2 years, and I just kind of stopped. I don't know. I don't think I was motivated then. I had other stuff going on, but since I came back in actually just at the start of the first lockdown, so I came back in like March, I think.
Mhm.
So when people ask how long you've been streaming, now I just say like 9 months, but it's
What?
actually been 9 months, but it's actually been
Be
like
modest.
years.
But
Yeah,
meanwhile, you've
it's been a
been here
while.
since like the very beginning, and you're one of the first Rocksmith players like that streamed that on Twitch. Wow. So you've
Yeah,
seen it go through like its stages and actually have a music channel. Because when I saw that,
yeah,
I was like, yes, something's happening and it's big. The buzz.
yeah. Music on Twitch used to be like, because they pushed for it big in like recent years, but
Yeah.
music used to be like Twitch was gaming really.
Yeah, and even so,
Music
people
was
now don't realize. I'm sorry, there's so many musicians now, and especially this year, they just like hopped on. Like what were they gonna do, right? So
yeah.
yeah,
We
that's
got big
awesome.
musicians now.
Yeah, yeah, and to see that, you saw that firsthand because you were one of the first. That's big. That's a big deal, Jeeves.
Thanks.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's crazy to see how it's grown, and also how it's like kind of like I don't want to sound too like bleak, but like how it's grown and how it's kind of like taken its dips and then came
Hmm.
back up and then dipped again. It's taken a weird it's like a weird timeline with Twitch, but
Yeah, like
we're
what?
still
Wait,
here.
wait. Where are we going
We're
now?
yeah, yeah. Like, oh, well, what have they said now? What's going on? But we're still going. So,
So I guess I should ask you this question. I mean, I didn't put it in any order, but I mean, now that we're touching upon that, so what would you want to see change or happen in the next 2 years? Because I've been noticing there's been like every 2 years something really changes with this, um, with Twitch. So what would you want to see happen?
um, I mean, obviously, my go-to is always, rights for copyright rights for music players, for
Okay.
musicians to play their music safely, without fear of their channel being taken down, whether it be live or offline. And I know, I know of a few music labels that are working towards that, and that's great. There's a bunch of like independent. I think Nuclear Blast is now partnered with Twitch Soundtrack, and there's bands like Nightwish. I think Opeth.
Oh, wow,
There's like
really?
Between the Buried and Me. Yeah, there's a bunch of bands that are part of Twitch Soundtrack, which is great. But it's still major labels that I would like them to at least look at their laws, and how strict they're being. I know it's the music industry and you can't really hope for much, but I just would like them to consider it at the
Yeah.
very least.
And one thing that I've seen this year, after having a bunch of musicians on the podcast, is they're all willing to pay a monthly fee. Like
Hmm.
why not? Like Twitch needs to listen to that because we're willing to. I mean, we're trying to give you our money here. So
Exactly.
I mean, think about it and make it happen because I mean,
They love money.
come on,
And
who
like
doesn't,
for like
right?
VOD
Right?
purposes, like they could just put ads and just take ad revenue. Like we don't want it. You can have
Honestly,
it.
man, take 25, 50% of my subs. Just let me play music.
It has
That's all I
peace of
want.
mind because people are like they don't know what the fuck to do now. They're like, what am I supposed to do? I'm over here sitting on my hands. I'm supposed to like I really don't know. So I feel for people that also are not original artists because a lot of
Mm,
original artists they're more comfortable because they can play their originals. but also like Luna, he played his originals the other day, and it's like still people like, oh, can I request? Like I prefer people, you know, taking requests. But what happens when you feel uncomfortable doing that because you don't know, you don't want to lose your channel, and people are getting you know, like in trouble for it. So yeah, I think they need to listen to the musicians and make it happen because we're willing to pay, you know, like, and there's people that are leaving the platforms or going other places or are just not streaming as much. So everyone loses in that perspective.
It sucks with the original thing as well because, you know, people are so proud to share their originals, and I don't write music, but if I did, I would also love to share it. But I also recognize that people, like, they don't have that attachment to it, you know, like people request, when people come into my stream and they request songs, I assume that they have some sort of, you know, like emotional attachment. You know, there's a reason they requested that song.
Yeah.
If it's like Guns N' Roses, it's like, okay, well, it's a classic. But like when you have an original that no one has heard before, or like the people in your stream haven't heard before, they're like, that's cool, but I prefer this song that I've listened to 1,000 times. And it's like, well, oh man, you can't have it both ways.
And that's
the other
where,
thing too is like when they, like, you know, those major artists started off, I mean, they are original artists, so they did have to go through the hurdles of getting their music heard just as much as we will as original artists. So, you know, we're pretty much on the same boat as they are when creating original music. We just have to find that crowd that's resonating with the music that we're presenting.
Absolutely.
And like, yeah, like not everyone's gonna like it, but then you'll find those that will.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And not be shy.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. So do you feel like you will explore and start creating and write your you know, own music originals?
So I've been looking into purchasing an audio interface. I don't know. Okay, so like the thing with other musicians on Twitch, and then there's me. Like, I'm self-taught, and I don't know a lot about music. Like sometimes when I call myself a musician, I'm like, oh, I just play a video game. But like I would love to get into it. Either I've been thinking about. I listened to a lot of post-rock recently, like ambient, instrumental, like nice, soothing. Like there's bands like Mono.
Oh yeah, I like them.
Mono are so good.
Yes, it's been a while. Have they come out with anything recently new?
They had a album last year, I think.
Really?
Which was nice. Yeah. So I'd love stuff like that, and also I'm obsessed with synthwave.
Ooh, right up his alley.
Yeah, so like Gunship has quickly become one of my favorite bands. Carpenter Brute and Perturbator.
It's nasty.
Oh man, they are intense.
Yeah. The kind of stuff I want to start writing.
Yeah, absolutely, me too. It just seems fun.
Hey, there you go.
So,
that's another thing I was gonna say. Collabs. Collabs are big.
Collabs.
And I think that's another way people could actually, like, if they have any kind of blockage, they get together with someone else, whether it's a drummer, a guitarist, a bass player, and then boom, like something can, you know, be creative through those, you know, 3 outlets and 3 brains working together, you know.
Listen, I bought this electronic kit for a reason. We're doing synthwave.
Oh man,
yes.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so fun. I've even gotten on behind there and like messed around a little bit. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. So I was gonna ask you, now that we're in that realm about how, you know, you like synth and everything, you're primarily a metal god, right? A metal guitarist. So,
yeah. I play a lot of metal.
So
Metal Jebus.
Yeah. Metal Jebus.
I mean, come on, right? That's, the name says it all. So
right.
That was one of the questions, and you kind of answered it for me now, just now. So I was going to ask you, because you're a big metal head, you know, metal artist, guitarist, is there anything that influenced you or you enjoy playing that might be out of that realm of metal?
So when you say out of that realm, you mean like
something
outside of metal, or
yeah, like something completely different that like we would be like, oh well, we didn't. That's interesting. I didn't know you liked something like jazz fusion or something. You know that
we can delve because my music taste is weird.
I like
I
weird.
s- yeah, so my like journey to metal, it took a while. I actually initially when I first heard metal, I kind of turned my nose up it, and I was like,
Really?
this isn't for me. I used to listen to rap music.
What?
I grew up with rap
Okay.
music. Me and my dad used to listen to. I used to work with my dad when I was younger. He's a painter and decorator, so I just kind of come along with him and not really paint, but sit around and act like I was working.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, we used to listen to like Exhibit and Fat Joe and DMX and
What?
NWA, and
Let me
yeah,
find out.
so
I'm finding out he was into all this rap. Wow. Well, I know Luna Satori over there. He used to wear do-rags and all that and back in his day, and I was like,
we all have, man.
back in the yeah. So it's kind of funny to see it kind of all like where it happened and it evolved, and then all of a sudden metal. So
Yeah, I don't know how I got there.
So what was the first metal song that you were like, oh, I kind of dig this. I like this.
I think the first kind of like album that brought me over was like City of Evil by Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think I accidentally made my way into Kerrang one day, and Backcountry was playing, and you know, it's not too hard. The stuff that some of the stuff that I listen to now, sometimes I'd take a step back and I'm like, wow, do you really like that? So like Avenged Sevenfold was kind of easy listening. Obviously, you know, I knew Metallica and you know,
Classics.
Guns N' Roses. Yeah, I knew the classics. But like in terms of bands I really sort of got into for metal was I think Avenged Sevenfold was like probably my first big discovery.
Oh, wow. So when did you start picking up the guitar and saying, I want to be a guitarist?
So I think my like interest started with, like, I'm sure most kids started with Guitar Hero. I used to play that game every single day, and I think that is maybe where the bridge comes from. The bridge from like you know, not liking metal to playing a video game, and you know, you play it for the game, but then you also listen to the tracks, and I think that's probably how I found my way to Rocksmith, and now it's like my thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I played Guitar Hero for years and years, and then they announced Rocksmith, the very first Rocksmith, which I think was in 2012 or maybe 2011, and they used to sell the game with like a guitar starter kit. So I got my first guitar, which I actually have over here.
Oh yeah, show us your baby.
Let me grab it, because
yes, we want to see it.
We did a 12-hour stream recently.
12 hours.
Yeah, I wrote a bunch of people's names on it. You know, that like kind of supported the stream.
Making money.
So we've got yeah, this is my first guitar, which is, you know, pretty beaten up. It's pretty bashed about. So yeah, this was the OG shredder.
Do you name your guitars?
I don't.
No.
I don't have any cool names for them.
I'm so surprised because every guitarist that I've had, they're like, you know, no, not really. I'm like, am I the only one that named my guitar?
What did you name your guitar?
Shirley, because I love Shirley Manson from Garbage. And it's a red.
I love Garbage.
Yes. Oh my god, you do. Yes, that's my bitch. That's my girl. I love Shirley Manson.
Shirley is a dreamboat.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And she still got it going on. I love her.
She does. She's still working it.
Yeah, and she still tours and everything. I mean, not now. Nobody's touring now, but she was touring last year. And she's a badass.
Yeah.
And she's unapologetic. She's very real and raw, and she's a little bit like, you know, mouthy, and I like that. You know, she's just very, very authentic. I love her.
Yeah, definitely.
And everyone in her band is like geniuses. So,
I mean, they don't have a bad song, really.
Yeah, no, they don't. So, oh my god, that's awesome. So now you know why I named my guitar Shirley, and she's red. she's red.
Oh, of
That's
course,
why
yeah.
too. So yeah, of course I had to
It was
name.
fate.
Yeah, with the red hair, yeah, she's hot. So,
Yeah.
Shirley. That I guess I'm like a weirdo because I named my guitar Shirley after Shirley Manson.
Maybe I'm the weirdo for not naming them.
So you have that guitar, and then you have another one. That one's the OG, and you have like names on it.
Yeah, so those are the names of like my subscribers or
Oh,
like
that's
my
so
my
cool.
dudes. This is my main one. This is what I play on stream every day. This is my first PRS, which
Ooh.
is my favorite like manufacturer. Yeah, I've got a bunch of guitars I don't really use that often. So like I have a 7-string here, which I'm still not very good at
A
playing.
7-string.
Ooh.
Oh, you hear
Yeah.
that, Steven?
It's hard. It's hard to play. Like my muscle memory. I've now been playing guitar for 10 years, and I've only ever played with 6 strings until recently. And so you're so used to 6 strings that when there's another one, it's like, why? Where did this come from?
Thank you,
It's like,
Megan Bunny,
is
gifting
this
that
an E
sub.
or is this?
Yeah. Like what do I do with this
Why
one?
is this so low? What is this?
This is devil music.
Hey, JP.
Yeah. So I've got like I've got one here that I think you'll like. This one. This is a nice little pink
Ooh.
one.
Pinky.
Yeah.
That's a soft-looking guitar.
It's very sweet. It's very cute, isn't it?
Yeah. What was that for jazz?
Yeah.
When do you
mean,
like have redemptions for different guitars? Like if you want
that's
to bring.
a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you should.
Yeah, and if it's okay with you, I might nab that idea.
No, take it, honey. Take it. That's why you're here. We definitely love when we give you ideas, and also when you
Inspiration.
find people, like whether it's in chat or here or anybody that's been on the podcast. I love getting people together that I'm like, you would be great with this other person that was on the podcast, or like,
Right.
I'm telling you, I've had people collab that way, and I think it works because you can see who vibes with each other, and stuff. So yeah, but
Yeah.
if I could give you an idea, hey, go run with it. That's
I'll
awesome.
take him.
That's a
I'm
good
open.
one. So what's another a good redemption? Let's think about it, chat. What would you want to see? Anybody that's in chat that's in his stream. Thank you so much for gifting that sub, making money.
Hype.
Hey Tunic. Aw, yeah, you got your peeps in here. Let them ideas flow. If you want to ask anything also to Jebus, we're glad to ask him.
Oh, Jeebus, do you have that goggles glasses that
Yes,
you're talking about? What is
somebody
that?
did ask
yeah.
about
You gonna throw that
goggles.
on? What is that?
Well, what's that about?
For the 12-hour stream, I had this. We created this like I called it the wheel of misfortune, where there was like an incentive, and when the incentive was met, I'd spin a wheel, and it would have like a bunch of horrific things on it. Like I bought this like a Carolina Reaper hot sauce.
Oh, like redemption
which
sauces.
Yeah, but it was like completely random on the wheel. So there was like these kaleidoscope glasses where I'd have to play and look at the screen. I had like where I played the guitar, up in the air, or like I just basically try and make my life hell. But the issue with that is that the amount of times that the hot sauce one was
Landed on?
what landed on, oh my god,
A lot.
so much. It was horrible, and we had like a combination one, and I'm gonna throw Good Cop in the chat into this. He had a double, so basically we had one where you could pick two redemptions, for like the price of one.
Eric,
And he
blowing it up in chat.
he insisted on me mixing the hot sauce with a shot and shotting it, and
And what was that like?
that might have been the worst thing I've ever experienced, because it was like 2 different kinds of burn.
Oh,
I
Sam, thanks
had
for
a
that
similar situation where I had a spin wheel of death redemption, and there was 4 different hot sauces, and one of them was like Carolina Reaper and Scorpion,
Oh, dude,
Hey,
and we landed on all 3.
that's rough. Did
Oh,
you mix
yeah.
them?
Not together, no. I did one after another, but they were like little dabs. But still, man, there's rough.
A little dab goes a long way.
Yeah.
And like if you accidentally rub any of that on your lip, that tiny area will burn for
Ooh.
a very long time.
Don't touch your eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
I know
So
the
Sean asked the
wasabi
question.
redemption was really tough for you. He had
the
like a
wasabi one,
glob. You had to like eat a glob of wasabi, and
Yeah, that I overdid the glob, and it was more than I should have intaked, and I almost smashed my face in the table. That's how much. That's how bad it was.
I cannot handle heat, and like wasabi is like a different kind of burn because it's like through your nose.
yes,
Yeah.
like the
And
burning
that's
thing.
that's rough.
It's through
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I like wasabi peas though. I like the little sting, but like the raw like wasabi paste and then on a spoon and just eat it like that. No.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm like
pain.
a huge food guy, and I spend pretty much the majority of my time off stream watching like food bloggers, obsessed with Asian food and Japan specifically.
Yeah.
And I don't know
Ramen.
if you've ever watched a guy called Mark Wiens, or if anyone in chat knows.
Oh, I'm
he's
gonna
a
have to look him
food-
up so I can have him on the show then, hopefully one day.
He's a food blogger and is obsessed with spice. Something I can't handle, and so when he's in Japan, the sheer amount of wasabi that he ingests is just
His blood
it's-
is wasabi.
it's both impressive and a little bit scary.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I guess after a while, you know, like you're like immune to the sting that it brings up your
Yeah.
nose.
I did some
Yeah.
research on wasabi, and they say if you take enough of it, you can potentially die from it.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's immune then because that sounds like a
It's a
lot.
good thing I'm not a fan of it.
So
Wow.
there was a random question thrown in chat. Sean had asked, which is better, OJ or was it apple juice?
Apple juice
Why
or
is
OJ
it
and why
OJ?
OJ?
Apple juice. Me and Sean have this ongoing battle where he's insisting that OJ is better than AJ, and I'm very appreciative of orange juice, but I feel like apple juice just takes the cake for me.
I think I'm gonna go with apple juice as well on that.
How about
because
chat? Let's have a vote. Apple juice or OJ?
you
What's
can have
better?
you can only have so much citrus in your system, and then apple is a little more smoother.
Because it's like, do you want the OJ with the pulp, without the pulp?
No
'Cause I
pulp.
know a lot of
No,
people.
fuck the
No
pulp,
pulp.
man.
No, fuck the
No,
pulp.
that's-
Yeah,
no.
it gets all over your teeth, and it's nah.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't want like.
We got a lot of
food in my
OJs in
drink.
chat.
Yeah, they're purists.
I say
I've had
fuck the OJ, have some cranberry juice.
Cranberry.
You know, or
Cranberry
some
juice.
cran apple. Boom.
I'm all about that prune juice.
Oh no. Going into your
Oh.
grandma's fridge.
Hey, Chima, you're not gonna drink this, right? Oh, it's expired. Perfect.
Cranberry juice. Yep. And like
I
the
mean-
ones that are mixed, like cranberry and like grape or cranberry and cherry.
I've
those
got like an orange and pineapple one
That's
that I drink quite
pineapple.
frequently.
I'll take
is
pineapple
bomb.
over anything.
Pineapple is good, yeah.
Wow.
OJ
That's,
cranberry and vodka.
Circle back.
That's good one.
So your name, Jeebus, where'd it came from?
Oh yeah. Good one.
This is a question that I've been asked a bunch of times, and I originally had the name Jeebus I had for the first time ever on Club Penguin.
Oh,
Penguin.
Yeah,
Penguin!
Club Penguin.
I love Club Penguin.
So I feel like I think the name actually comes from I don't know if you guys have seen the Simpsons movie. There's a no, it's not the Simpsons movie. It's an episode of the Simpsons where Homer shouts, "Save me, Jeebus!"
Yes.
I believe that always comes to my head when I think that's where it comes from. I wish I could give you like a solid answer.
Oh
but
my god, I would make that a
think it's from
command
that
too. If
episode.
you don't get in, I don't know if that's.
So
I've
you
got
made the
it.
name, we were like,
You got that one?
Simpsons.
Yeah. I must have been big into The Simpsons at the time.
Me and my brother were very big.
Maybe like a little bit of an edgelord as well. So I was like, this isn't Jesus. This is something different.
Jeebus, and that's how
Jeebus.
it
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, I was a cringy kid.
But we were talking about that the other day in his stream. What was the grossest thing that you've ever done as a child, or the weirdest thing that makes you cringe?
No.
And like, I won't put you on the spot, babe. I won't do that. But yeah, like what?
You guys got to watch the replay if you want to see.
It was pretty gross, actually. But I'm sure like a lot of kids, especially boys, did it because my brother did it. So. What would you say is one of those things that you're like, oh, I look back and I'm like, that was so cringe about me?
Facebook likes to remind me quite frequently of how weird of a child I was, or like some of the weird things I post on Facebook. And
like 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
oh my god, yeah. So like I got reminded recently of like I posted this like really long paragraph about why I didn't like Justin Bieber when Justin Bieber first came out, and I thought to myself, I was like, who did you think cared about this? Like, what? I took the time to like write a mini essay.
The hate was real, I guess. You just really...
I mean, like, I dig Bieber now.
Okay.
I think he's pretty cool.
But
I
back
like his
then,
music.
when he was like
back
baby, the baby days.
The baby.
Little Jeebus did not like Baby.
Baby Bieber, no, not for the win.
I used to post a lot of lyrics, and I was reminded again. It came up recently that I posted the lyrics to a song from Grease, the musical.
They're multiplying.
Yeah, it was the last song. The one, the duet between Sandy and Danny.
You're the one that I want.
Yes.
Is that one?
I posted the hook to that on my Facebook, and I don't know why.
Aw, well, I loved Grease as a child, so no shame, no
Grease
shame.
is great.
Yes, I loved Grease when I was a kid. I love
Yeah.
Grease Lightning. I love John Travolta. He was so dreamy, you know.
Was.
Yeah, I mean now, yeah, was, you know.
Yeah. Oh man.
Poor
Yeah.
guy.
I don't know where that's going, but
He was a chick magnet. Maybe he got tired of being a chick magnet. He was like, "Fuck this!
No,
I
but
can't deal with
do you
this
remember
anymore."
when he went from looking like a child, like a little boy that was like, oh, you know, you want to pinch his cheeks or whatever, but then he started looking kind of like a lesbian chick, and then right, and then he became a little thuggish, and then the evolution, and then it was just like boom, and then you're like, what happened? He got tattoos, and then
I feel like he was starting to turn. You know, when he was in Pulp Fiction, I feel like that was kind of when he was starting to turn. He had like the long ponytail in that, right? Did you play Vincent?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vincent. So like, I feel like that's kind of where the downhill fall started, which is weird because that was like peak career. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe he was just like, I'm tired of being so gorgeous.
I'm gonna just do the opposite.
Too much work.
Yeah.
Gonna have a bunch of beers and just sit back.
Yeah. Where's my beer belly? Let me have it.
Vincent Vega.
Yeah.
That was his name?
Vincent Vega.
Ooh.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah.
He knows.
Great
He got you. What was forgive me for I had sin. I'm like, oh, more people like Beaver than Opeth. Hush up, don't say that.
Oh, Good Cop hates Opeth.
Good Cop hates Opeth? Oh no, don't let Steven hear you say that.
How often has Good Cop been timed out of your chat for saying stuff like that?
Sean, I don't know if you have a way to check, but Good Cop has been timed out so many times.
Really?
Like everyone here can tell you how many times he's been banned from my channel.
Oh,
Can't you see it though? Like if you go on somebody's name, you can see how many bans they got and how many timeouts. I think so.
Yeah.
As a mod, you
As
can,
a mod. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have like 19 timeouts and 5 bans.
Oh my god.
So you're not that good of a cop. You're just you that's a cover up. You're bad.
The name
You
is
like
very
being bad.
misleading.
Yeah, you like being bad. You're bad and you love it.
So like the running, there's like a running joke on our channel.
Hey, Big
Or
Craig.
I always say our channel. Isn't that sweet?
No, that's great. Yeah, because you know it is.
Yeah, we the mods pretty hard on people. It's all a joke. It's all like everyone is in on it, but it's if you're coming into the stream without knowing kind of what is happening, you might think that they're all super power hungry.
I mean, you do have a very tight knitted community, and that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
The community is my absolute favorite thing that
Thanks,
has come
Eric.
from this.
Yeah, community is everything, especially in the music
So
community. I've seen everyone is super supportive, super like tight with one another, which makes me go to the next question. What was your first music streamer that you actually saw and you was like, oh, this guy, like who are your top 3, or like who's your go-to when you could watch a stream? Who do you love watching on stream? Your shout outs right here.
My shout outs are here. Alright, so
recommended.
Yeah, recommending,
Jeebus
suggesting.
certified. Alright. So I got to shout out my guy Young Gun. Straight out of the
big.
gate. Cole, he's a legend. He's so nice as well. Like he's jumped in on some calls with us, and he's like taken the time to come and hang out with us, which is, you know, super cool. He's a very, you know, he's a big streamer.
Mhm.
But I appreciate so much that he will still kind of hang out and take the time to check in, and you know, I've asked him questions and for advice before, and he's always been quite kind of been there. So
He's that dude
big,
you can go to.
he's that dude. He is that
dude.
dude.
Nice.
Big shout out to him. Oh god, there's so many music streamers that I could shout out. Obviously you guys know Chain. Chain's a legend.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Chainbrain. Yeah, I love him
Chain
and
is a
his wife.
dude.
She does the cooking stream. Cosby
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, she's lovely. They're both lovely.
Yeah,
Very
I love
wholesome.
them. I love couple streamers. You know, I love them. Yeah, the community is really awesome. So yeah, those are 2 big ones. I know they have pretty big communities too.
Yeah, I mean, like a bunch
Eric.
of the dudes in here I could shout. Like we got Zian is in here.
Zian.
Eric,
Oh yeah, I know
Eric just came
Zian.
in.
Yeah, Zia.
Yeah, Zian, Prog, and Wall. It's like
Prog.
three
I
great
love
guys.
Prog
Prog
He's
is
a
so
sweetheart.
kind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really is.
Yeah, I mean, just the music section on Twitch is so friendly. Like I've been involved in like a few different communities on Twitch. You know, I used to play video games on here. I have kind of started doing it again now, but music, everyone always is so friendly and is nice to one another, and that makes it so much better. It's so much easier to kind of have a community where, you know, all of the streamers are also involved in the community.
We're all friends.
Yes.
Yeah. That's one
Friends.
big heavy metal family.
Yeah. So last year we went to TwitchCon, and you know, meeting people is really one of the things that when you meet them, you're like, oh my god, you know, we see them on stream all the time, and then when you meet them, it's like another thing. It's like, wow, you know, like we're all hanging out, and we're finally actually meeting. So have you ever thought of going when it happens, if it happens, like next year, to a TwitchCon?
150%. I would absolutely kill to go and meet everyone. You know, I know there's a TwitchCon London, and I would definitely go to that. It's like down the road from me. But to the which TwitchCon did you go to?
San Diego.
Yeah, so I'd come to San Diego for TwitchCon.
It's beautiful. San Diego is definitely like.
I've never been
amazing.
to America.
Oh, well, now you have all these friends here, so you know, hey, now you have a reason, and TwitchCon is freaking awesome. Like,
You're
and
not missing out on anything either, though.
No comment.
and on in California, I like California.
No, it's nice out there. It's very nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
I hope that they actually have one in New York City because I'm right there. But I mean, I took a plane and it wasn't that bad. The trip. It was like what 5-6 hours. But yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad, I suppose. I guess it's like a holiday, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, like, what did you think of TwitchCon? Did you get up to anything nice there, or?
I didn't really go to everywhere, all the places I wanted to go. But we had a good time. Lot. There's just so much, and you can't possibly do everything that you think you could do in like a couple of days. So we ended up.
Yeah, you really gotta like plan it out, and then like there's like for our first experience, we got like just to go, we got to see what it was all about, and so like next time we go, we know exactly what we want to do.
Yeah.
Like what's purposeful and what's not for what we want, because everyone's going to be different. You know, you want to go to the panels, you go to the panels to chat with people and see what they have to offer. But as streamers that are, you know, we know what we're doing and we're successful in doing what we're doing, and we see the growth, then most of those panels are irrelevant. So you can save that time and go do something else. But what we've understood is that, you know, we would go just to meet people versus the educational half of it. If you're a new streamer and you're trying to learn something, that's perfect.
Yeah,
but
I guess it's kind of similar to like I go to festivals every single year, and you go there and you plan to see all these bands and do all these things, and you get there and you're like, actually I'd rather just kind of like chill out and not be rushing around to everything.
Hang out and meet cool peeps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Because you become like the energy, you know, of the crowd, and then you just vibe completely.
Yeah, I like the first time I went to a festival, I had like this like itinerary like planned out on my phone, and I was like, right, in exactly 15 minutes I've got to be at this stage, and like it got to the second day, and I was like, I don't care.
You just gotta go with the flow, you know.
Yeah.
You're not stressed.
I was like rushing, and yeah.
So that goes with the next question I was gonna ask you. I'm thinking like you love music, so you love going to festivals and concerts. What were your top 5 concerts that you've ever been to? Festivals or concerts or live shows?
Ooh. All right, good
you
question.
You can go over 5. It's just basic, like sometimes it's easy or sometimes it's hard. Sometimes people haven't gone to many, so.
Okay, so there are a few that definitely stand out. One being the first ever concert I went to was to see Muse. They played at the Emirates Stadium in London, and like for them to be the first band that I ever saw, their light show, the money and like the effort they put into the like theatrics and like the lights and the drones, it was insane. I'd never seen anything like it, but I still to this day haven't, and I've been to hundreds.
Your first show too, that's pretty epic.
Yeah, first one. Like it really, I kind of spoiled myself and set the bar way too high.
Yeah.
That's another one. Yep. So my favorite band of all time is a band called Arcane Roots. They're like a English prog band. Unfortunately have disbanded now, but I got to see their last UK show ever, and it was like really emotional. It was like a stripped back, like really intimate set. It was just the 3 of them on stage with like 100, maybe 200 people, and that was just like incredible.
I love that because it's intimate. It's like closed. The acoustics are really good. You get to like really like experience seeing them more like in a smaller venue.
Yeah, because they initially sold out, but my partner managed to get us tickets, and like kind of surprised me with them, because I was really sad that we couldn't go, and I'd never have the chance to see them again. She was like, by the way, we're going.
Oh, that's a true friend right there.
Right? Good
life.
Present.
Yes. So did they have a sound check too that people were allowed to go see? Because usually those bands that have those intimate settings have sound check, or like private like backstages and stuff like that.
Yeah. Not that I was aware of. We went out to eat beforehand and like went to a few bars just to kind of like just to get a little buzz before we get in there.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah,
Oh
no,
my
that was
God!
insane.
It's Thomas Frank!
Thomas Frank in the house. What's up, dude?
Thomas! Coming in with that right! Yay!
My man.
Aw, the man, the myth, the legend, Thomas Frank. Thank you so much for that raid! And welcome in, raiders. Today we have, well, tonight, we have the TheJebusCorner. Jebus!
Hey.
Taylor, right here. We're sitting down with him today, getting to know him more, and he's telling us his top 5 favorite concerts that he's ever been to. So yeah, so we're getting to know him more. If you guys are new to my stream, my name is Jens. That's Luna Satori over there in the drums. I like doing podcasts every Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Thomas was on it, I think 2 months ago, and he rocked it out also. It was really, really fun. And also I do IRLs in New York City and everything that's awesome in New York City. But most of all, I love sharing the community here and showing you guys the awesome musicians on Twitch on the podcast. So welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing the community with all of us here. And Jibis. So, Taylor, you said Muse. Thank you so much for those gifted subs. Oh my God, making money, blowing it up over here with them subs. Thank you so much, Eric. You're the man.
Making money, giving money. Hell
yeah, he's that guy. You know, he's that dude.
He's making the money to give the money.
He's making that money, you know. Oh my God, thank you so much, Thomas Harry, for the 200 biddies. So yeah, Muse. That was his first experience going to a concert, and he was blown away by it. And then now he's talking about his second favorite concert that he's ever went to. Okay.
Yeah, so Arcane Roots was, like, it was so crazy. Cause like I said, it being intimate and it being the last one ever was like super cool. I'm so glad I got to see it. One that kind of took me by surprise. It was a band that I liked, but I didn't love. I went to see Biffy Clyro. They were playing at Download Festival, and I was managed to get to the barrier because I was watching a bunch of bands before, and I'm so stubborn that if I'm that close, I just won't leave. Anyway, like they came out and were so on point with everything they played. The set list was amazing. The light show was crazy, and like they had all these pyros, and it was just like kind of unexpected because no one when they were announced for Download Festival, Download is like the UK's biggest metal festival.
Wow.
They aren't a metal band, and so people were like, where's Iron Maiden, where's Def Leppard?
Oh, really?
And it's like, oh man,
There's those old metal bands too.
It's like, oh, what, Iron Maiden that play the festival every single year.
Oh, okay. It's
Bring
like
out the old people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like here
just wheel them out on stage.
Oh my God. Well, I remember going to Ozfest. There was a lot of Ozfest here, and yeah, he would be the last one, and you couldn't even understand the stuff that was coming out of him after like 3 songs. But it was Ozzy. I mean, come on, legend, right? So I mean, at least
I saw Ozzy a little while back, and it was the set was rough. It was Ozzy.
Cop.
It was crazy, but like he was like shuffling around, like he was looking, like he was kind of like lost, and
yes, and stage, and I mean, I felt a little sad.
This is normal.
I felt a little sad. I mean, but he's lived, he's partied. I mean, but he was a little bit shaky, and he was kind of like going to the side of the stage, and I was like, I hope he doesn't fall off the stage and break something.
Oh my God, imagine. That's what takes Ozzy out, is like a trip.
Oh, I know.
He's like suffering from tremors.
Something like that.
He must be.
I felt bad. Like I'm not gonna make fun of that, but he's Ozzy. He's lived. So
yeah, with all those drugs.
He rocked out, and that's kind of what happened.
He still does. I mean, like props to the guy for still doing it.
Mhm.
Did you see the movie? What was it? Motley Crue.
Oh, the Dirt.
The what? The Dirt.
The Dirt. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, Ozzy was, or the young Ozzy was in there.
The Aussie cameo took me by surprise, and he's like snorting the ants.
Or drink. What was that? He peed on something and like.
Yeah.
Young Ozzy was such a cutie. Like, I get it.
He
get
was.
it.
That's that photo of him.
He was adorable.
And he's got like that brown like tunic thing on, and I saw it recently, and I was like, damn. All right,
Yeah.
Ozzy.
Yeah, he had it going on, you know. I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I see it. But yeah, so
For sure.
so what was the third one? Was that the third or the fourth? No, we're on the fourth.
That was the third.
Yeah.
I saw another band that I was kind of like surprised by because I didn't expect much was Aerosmith.
Oh, you saw Aerosmith. Wow.
Yeah, I saw Aerosmith again at Download, and I liked Aerosmith, but I wouldn't call myself like a
Living
fan.
on the edge.
Yeah, that like they got so many hits,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I stayed to watch them, and wow, like he can hit those notes live.
Phil.
Every single one. He was like screaming, but it was like pitch perfect.
A pipe.
And
Yeah.
he does got pipes. That was
does.
intense.
Even if you're not like a huge Aerosmith fan, you can appreciate them and all of them. Their musicianship, his pipes, like the way they are on stage.
There's a lot of bands. I guess like a lot of popular bands that I wouldn't really consider myself like a big fan of, but I would always appreciate them and respect what they do and go to see them if they're there, and it might make me a fan.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people that I've known that they're not even really big rock fans and they love Aerosmith, you know? So you never know, you know? Steven Tyler could fit his own fist in his mouth. Burden.
And then like 3 other people's.
Eat an entire face.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those original, rock gods. You can't front. So, okay, that's 4. Aerosmith. That's a big one.
Yeah, and then the last one I'll throw up is Slipknot.
Wow. Which concert did you see? What year?
So I saw Slipknot. Slipknot was my last concert before COVID, so I saw them
that's good.
This February, I think it was now.
Right.
They played with Behemoth. That show was crazy. I also saw them at a festival 2 years back, and again the show was crazy. Every single time there's so much energy. Even if you don't like Slipknot, the stage show, the energy, and how much like stamina they all have.
Yeah.
It's included like with the masks on as well.
Yeah.
I had a mask for my
Wow.
12-hour stream, and I played like a song or two and thought I was gonna pass out. So for 2.5 hours, I don't know how they do that.
Like Thomas. Thomas has the Satan mask.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he streamed it for-
impressive.
Incredible, yes. And you have a Maleficent mask there, right, with the horns. Do you ever wear that, or is that a redemption?
I don't know if I have. The
that's
mask
nice.
that I had for the 12-hour was a duck mask. Have you seen those like horse masks that were going around for a while?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a duck version of that. And it just, I put it on for the first time, and it was just like so strong, like chemical smell. And I couldn't get rid of it. Yeah, pure latex. And the breathing holes were so small. So I think I played Through the Fire and Flames once with it on because someone
Hey, through the fire and flames.
someone requested that, and with the mask, I was like, all right, I'll do this once, and then I'm not putting it back on.
Jebus wears the mask only on OnlyFans.
Good cop, you're not supposed to tell them.
That's just undercover.
Yeah, damn. OnlyFans? What's that?
Wow, so those are your top 5. Okay. So what are your top 5 favorite guitar players?
Ooh, okay. Number 1 is Buckethead.
He's good.
He's crazy, and it like not only does he play guitar, but he plays bass, and he plays bass on guitar, and So like the thing that I like about Buckethead is he records everything one take. He just kind of goes in to a room, sits down, records 3 albums back to back, and then just releases them all. And like if there's any mess ups or anything, he doesn't edit them out. He just
Yeah.
leaves it in because he's like, oh well, you know, this is I just want to play, and I want people to hear me play. So that's cool.
Yeah, I love Buckethead.
Jeebus is
Buckethead is
Buckethead.
crazy. Buckethead is like 9 foot tall.
On stilts.
Yeah.
I vibe with Buckethead.
It's all like every album is so different, and like I think he has something crazy like 900 albums. I a couple years ago I tried to get through as many as I possibly could and like write like a tiny review so I would remember. I think I got like 50 in, and
Wow.
I just gave up because there's just so many.
Well, at least you know you won't ever get bored, and you'll have
You'll never run out.
timeless
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
songs to go through, because he's
Yeah.
just like filled with creativity. That's one. Buckethead.
I would go with Will Swan. He is the guitarist from a band called Dance Gavin Dance. It's difficult to describe them because they're like, I would say they're a metalcore band, but I think that would be wrong. They're like jazz fused metal.
Ooh, that sounds
so-
good.
Yeah, so Will Swan is basically he plays like a jazz player. There's all these like strange chords and like this like mini sweeps, and it's like he plays jazz guitar but with distortion over like a dude screaming.
Oh, I gotta write this
and-
name down.
It's crazy. Like
Who's
I'll
this
send
again?
you like my
Yes,
the
let me know. I love anything
band is
that's
called
fusion, like metal and jazz. Hell yeah.
So they're called Dance Gavin Dance. I'll DM you a song, which I think is probably their standout track.
Oh yeah, that sounds fucking.
But like I tried to play a bunch of their stuff and it's just so confusing. It's so
That's
sporadic.
why you respect it and love it so much. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Like, what? Mindfuck? What?
Yeah, he plays it so hard that he's like all these rocksmith players can't play my tracks. Yeah, so Will Swan from Dance Gavin Dance. I'll put up Slash because you know Slash was
Slash.
like one of the first guitarists that I kind of like really paid attention to, and when I started learning guitar, I really wanted to learn the song "Don't Cry" by Guns N' Roses, and I slaved away with that song, and I finally got it, but like the amount of time I put into that song, like it really made me, because you know everyone knows Slash, but like it really made me like respect just
Mhm.
how good of a guitarist he is.
Mhm.
Right. That was one of my
Um,
questions too. Which was the first song that you nailed? Like you were like, I'm gonna learn this song, and I'm gonna play it really well. And was it that song that you like was like, I'm gonna learn this song, and it was like the first song you really like? You were so proud. You wanted to show everyone that song. The solo.
That was one of the first song that I really like put everything into and got down was "Plug-in Baby" by Muse.
Ooh.
When I first started playing guitar, that song was already on Rocksmith, and it's quite a tricky song. You know, there's only one riff that. The rest is chords, but there's just like one riff, which you know, if you hear the song, you'll immediately know what it is. And so yeah, I spent so long trying to get that riff, and I remember going in because I had a total of 2 guitar lessons, because I've been playing Rocksmith for about a year before that, and I figured, okay, I'll try out guitar lessons. Maybe he can, you know, I'm sure he can teach me a thing that Rocksmith can't. And I came in and I played that song for him, and he was like, all right, we're gonna start with "Smells Like Teen Spirit," and
Like everyone's first like song.
oh my God.
Like
And,
Nirvana
like,
songs.
All the Small Things by Blink-182, and I was just like, this
Here's some
I don't
Beatles.
Yeah, I don't want to learn those things, man. I I don't want to be able to play.
Hey,
I almost don't want to
Fly.
be able to
Say
play
hi. Thanks for
Smells Like
following.
Teen Spirit just for just on principle.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, yeah. So after that, I quit the guitar lessons and I just went back to Rocksmith, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
So you're self-taught.
Mm, yeah.
Wow. So I think we got to four guitars.
Yeah, it was
Flash, and then one more.
Sinister Gates from Avenged Sevenfold.
All right.
We spoke about City of Evil
yeah.
earlier, and
Yeah.
that was like my breakout metal album, and so I think a lot of people that don't like Avenged Sevenfold can at least appreciate how killer
yeah.
of a guitarist Sinister Gates is. Like that dude is clean as hell.
For sure. Yeah.
He's so fast as well, but he's fast, but also it's not so fast that it's muddled. Like everything is just it flows.
Articulation.
He can do it live as well. Which is I guess important because there's no backing tracks. It's just him doing his best, and it always is his best. So yeah. Sinister Gates is crazy.
But he can do no wrong in your eyes.
He can't, and he made a gypsy jazz album. Well, he's not made an album. We were talking about that today, but he plays gypsy jazz guitar.
Okay.
Which is something that I would love to be able to play.
Yeah, that sounds really
So
sweet.
yeah, I appreciate that as well. That's cool. That's cool stuff.
When you mentioned Buckethead, I was wondering. I'm like, I wonder if Guthrie Govan's gonna make his top 5.
Ooh, Guthrie Govan. I got a bone to pick with Guthrie Govan.
Oh,
Pete-
what
Pete-
is it?
People request Guthrie Govan in my stream a lot because
Oh, no.
because he's really hot.
Oh yeah, he's just nuts.
He's crazy. I don't know if you've seen that video of him. He's giving like a guitar masterclass,
Uh-huh.
and he just records these like 3 chords, like loops them, and he's teaching his class, and he's like expressing with one hand, but he's like shredding with his other hand, just
Oh,
like
wow.
going up and down, and he's like talking like, oh
Monster.
yeah, so this is what I did on this record, and it's like,
Like,
how are you doing that?
flawlessly, Like so nonchalant.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I got to meet him once, and he's very to himself.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was interesting. He is a very, I don't know, the personality is kind of closed off because I got to see them, the Aristocrats, when they were together, and I followed a lot of Marco Miniman's like footsteps of the way he plays and stuff, and a friend of mine has passes for me to go into check him out because he was opening up for their band. And so I got to meet them, and then when I was talking to him, he was very like just one word answers, and it's like, all right, okay, just gonna walk away now.
Yeah,
Was it
that's
after a
weird.
show?
It was. Yeah, it was a little bit before and a little after. It wasn't really.
Oh, it was like a backstage meet and greet thing, or it was just.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I
'Cause
mean, when you meet a lot of rock stars and artists right after they perform, they're usually really
Just
over it and
tired.
tired, or like I don't know. Like I always feel that way unless it's like an actual meet and greet, and then even so, some of them are just like half like, oh yeah, okay, I'm doing this, and then I'm going home.
They've still got that like rock star attitude where they're like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah. I mean, some of them are like they're awesome, but some of them, like they say,
Yeah,
don't
get on
meet
the
your.
bus and go to the next spot. It's 10 hours away. I can't do this.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
not all of them are like that, but maybe you had him on an off day, and then he's a great guy. Like when he's
Probably.
not on his off day, you never know. But yeah, so I think, okay, so after your 5 top guitarists, would you say that there are also the same that you would say are your biggest influences as a guitarist?
Biggest influence. I think it's changed quite a lot based on how my kind of like play style has changed. So now I would say Andrew Groves as probably being one of my biggest influences, who is the lead guitarist and vocalist of Arcane Roots, and he actually streams here on Twitch.
Oh, he does.
And I got the opportunity to raid him recently, and I was really skeptical because you know how they say like, oh, don't meet your heroes.
I was just gonna
I've
say that. Yeah.
I've had some bad
Mm,
times meeting people that I really like,
yeah.
and so I kind of like raided him and like sat back and was like, oh god, how's he gonna take it?
Yeah.
And he was so nice.
Aww.
He was like, oh, you're my first raid, thank you so much, and then proceeded to DM me afterwards and like thanked me, and like I don't know if they know how much that kind of stuff means.
Yeah.
But
I'm
wow,
sure.
I would have like printed that out and framed it.
That's amazing. See what I'm saying? And you were scared, so you never know. I mean, I guess that's another thing is not having expectations on how it's gonna go in your mind and think it's gonna go that way, because it could go anyway. But it was
Yeah.
great. Like you were his
You
first
just gotta do
raid.
it and then hope for the best.
Exactly. That's the best way to just take it. If it's a shit, whatever. Like if it's great, then yeah, I did it. At least, But yeah, he DM'd you afterwards. That's super cool.
Yeah, he's so sweet, and that made me love the band even more.
Aw, see what I'm
Nice.
saying? See,
Yeah.
when artists are like that, it stays with the person, and then they're like forever devoted fans. That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
Because it touches
Yeah,
them,
yeah, for
and it
sure.
stays with them. So yeah.
It gives you like you kind of want to base yourself off of that as well though, because like I think when I kind of started Twitch, I didn't want to be closed off. Like before we started, I was like, oh, I'm pretty open. I'll talk about most anything, and I'm quite adamant about that, just because I know a lot of streamers like there to be, like the wall between stream and like
boundaries, I
social
like to
social
say.
yeah boundaries, and
It's
that's cool,
healthy.
but like yeah, sure. I mean I have my own boundaries, but like
Yeah.
every Friday we get together and have drinks, and I think that's nice in building a community because
That's
people
true.
feel included,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Like
like
movie night or
seeing
sub game
yeah
night.
yeah it's fun,
Connected.
it's fun.
Yeah.
You
It's
get to know them,
important.
and like they become your friends, so they're
Mhm.
not just viewers. So
Yeah, it's like
yeah, I
we
guess,
call
like,
our followers fam, like our community, like hey, what's
fam,
up?
yeah,
Because they
what's
become
good,
like your
fam?
music. I feel like the
Yeah.
community in a whole is like a musical family, because we all end up in each other's streams, like we're going to each other's dinners, and then also
Yeah.
with raids, and it's something because I notice this a lot, and I joke about it, and I say, it's almost like after people stop streaming and then they go raid somebody, whoever stays up the latest gets everyone, because like we
Yeah.
all end up like raiding each other, and like, oh, this person, and a lot of times I'm like, oh, let's raid this person. Like I would choose his raids as a mod, and then he's like, oh, choose someone, go find somebody, and then like, oh, that person is about to raid somebody else because they're gonna end, and I'm like, damn it, I was like, fine, I'll raid somebody.
Yeah.
That person's ending, and they're going to that other person that the other person wants to, and at the end it's like if we all lived in the same like neighborhood, we would all end up in the same pub at the end of the night hanging out,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's like a family, at the end.
Yeah, I wish I could catch some of those later streams, but time zones.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know many like English, or not English, many like British music streamers, or like many streamers that are in my time zone. I don't think there's many from what I've seen. So like I usually miss like the last kind of streams. There's a lot of people that I'd like to watch, but I don't really get to. But yeah, I'm the early one.
Yeah, so what's your schedule like right now?
So right now, this is the first time I've ever had like a set like schedule. So I
Mhm.
do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, um, from 3 until 7, and then on Sunday I do around 4 until 8, or 4 until
When do you do 4
4
to
until
8?
7. On Sunday.
Oh, okay, 4 to 8 p.m. Sunday. So Sunday's your late night then.
Yeah. So Sunday I just play games. Sunday's like my break from playing guitar.
Yeah, those are cool. So have you played Among Us? Are you on that whole Among Us train?
I played Among Us recently with Mike Leon. he invited me in, which is another like super cool story about meeting like your heroes. So like
Yeah.
one of my favorite bands, Havoc. Mike Leon is like the ex-bassist of Havoc, and is the bassist in Soulfly. And he was like, "Oh man, yeah." And he was like, "Oh man, you should come and play Among Us with us." And I was like,
That's amazing.
Okay, are you sure?" So yeah, I've only played a little bit of that, but that was really fun. Yeah, I'd like to play some more of that. That was cool.
It's kind of stressful when you're yelling at each other.
Yeah. Well, we play
Yeah,
Among Us with the community. We should definitely play.
It's hard to get like a word in sometimes.
It's also hard to lie.
If
Yes,
you're not a good
I'm
liar, then
super
yeah.
bad at that. Because like when I first started playing, I played the first couple of games with him. I didn't know what anything meant, and I had imposter twice. My first 2 games twice in a
Man,
row.
right in the beginning
And
when you
so-
started playing.
So
That's
I
tough.
knew that you were supposed to like fake tasks, but I didn't know where the tasks were. So every time they were like, "Oh man, where were you?" I was
What were
like,
you doing?
I was
that?
Building a puzzle.
I was pressing the buttons in the left room, and they were like, "Man, you're fucking lying."
Oh man, yeah, that's tough. Especially, well,
Yeah.
did you know how to kill anyone at
Yeah,
least?
they threw me right in at the deep end.
Sus!
At that point, it's like, all right, guys, I'm the imposter. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
like-
okay,
I give up.
just
like,
yeah,
that's it.
just immediately emergency meeting me out.
That was super cool though. Like you got to play with him, and wow.
Yeah.
So, well, she asked, can you talk about the Saint Anger takeover?
Oh my god. Saint Anger. This the Metallica album, Saint Anger.
Yeah.
I hate it. I'd say like a couple months ago, I played pretty much every song on the album, because they really wanted me to, and I was kind of curious, like, is the album as bad as people say it is? And oh my god, it is. It's just, yeah, that was rough.
Snare drum.
Oh man, what the garbage can.
A garbage can sounds better than that. What are you talking about?
True, yeah. If like the dudes in Slipknot can smash a garbage can and win like an Emmy, then why can't Lars?
Right? Oh, man.
Dude.
So,
Yeah.
you got some songs you want
Yeah,
to
we were just gonna like you read my mind.
Yeah. So I can
let's
Can
get
get-
ready to rock out and hear what
Yes,
Jeebus could do
s-
on his baby.
so hopefully this goes smoothly. I'm known on Twitch for breaking strings so frequently. So
So you're hard on your strings, and you like really like you're
I
hard.
got a really
hitter.
heavy hand, yeah. Yeah, my hand is I guess I kind of like hit too
You
hard.
get into it. You get
Um,
into. You just jam out.
Yeah, I'm just feeling it. I'm just a little bit aggressive when I play.
But you have to keep a
um,
spare like a set of strings like
I've
behind
got so
all
many
this-
strings
yeah,
around me, yeah.
prepared.
So yeah, I guess if people in my chat will probably know this first song, as it's probably one that I play most frequently. It's called "The Cleric" by a band called Havoc, who I was just speaking about. So yeah, shall I just go for it?
Yeah, let's go. What's the name of the song and what?
It's called "The Cleric" by a band called Havoc.
Oh, okay.
Let's hear the tone real quick and make sure it's processing through the stream so we can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Type in chat.
Live
Holy shit.
Fucking
Thanks,
monster
guys.
on the guitar.
Thank you. Yeah, that band, if you don't know them, check them out because that album is so flawless. It's so good.
Fucking rocking.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, chat. I see you. I see you out there.
Yeah, they were hyping
Killing
it
it.
up in chat, everybody. That was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
So that is wow, that like I can see now why you break strings because you were like,
I go for it. You gotta go for it. You gotta feel it.
yes. Yeah, go.
Not to sound like pretentious or anything, but it's so much better when you're like in the zone, you know.
Just
Yeah.
do it.
Just do it. Yeah, don't let your dreams be dreams.
Live them, feel them, and break some strings along the way. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I love your emotes
yeah.
too. Your emotes are super cool. The mosh and the rock.
I've had some great guys. Like Fiverr is the place to be.
Oh yeah. I how does it feel like going there and like do you find like really good people to do your emotes and things like that? I know I've gotten other stuff there.
I get my merch done on Fiverr as well. Fiverr, they're so like attentive on there. You know, they do. I everyone that I've been to has been so like you know, listen to what I want, but also like it's nice to give them like freedom to add their own things because like I find that when an artist, you know, has their own input, the finished product is always so much better, you know, because it's a part of them as well.
Speaking
It's
of
like-
art, now that you just said that, it's true what you said. You got to give the artist freedom to express their art because they have a vision. You can give them an inspiration or an idea, and then they create something even maybe better than what you thought in your mind because they're the artist, right? Like if let's say you're really good at painting, like yeah, you can, you know, have a painter really put like that thought and make it more of like a reality, right? If you're bad at painting or whatever. So I went in your Instagram and I was looking around to see, you know, like different pictures and stuff and know more about you. And I noticed you have quite the art on your body. You have tattoos.
Oh yeah.
And they're very nice. They're the colors and everything. So how many tattoos do you have like in all, like in everything?
I'm probably in double digits now, so I would say like, because it's difficult with this one, it's like a complete sleeve, but it's like, I'll reach of these separate, so maybe like I'd say probably like 15 or 16.
15?
Something along those, yeah.
Because you have some big pieces. I noticed the big pieces that you... Wow. So which one was your first tattoo ever?
This entire arm.
Oh my god,
was my first one.
All 15
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, all of this was my first tattoo. I went big.
Yes, I see. Wow. How long did it take? It took hours. Like 2 sessions, 3 sessions?
This was 16 hours, I think.
Ooh.
Maybe longer. It's all a blur now, really.
It's all a blur. It was one of those nights.
You're in there for so long, and it's like
yeah.
time just becomes pain.
The line work is the worst.
Oh, yeah. So I had a discussion about this on stream the other day because I think shading and color is the easiest bit.
Oh yeah.
But like the single needle outline, dude, that sucks.
It's basically carving you.
Yeah. I don't know if my knee tattoo is on my Instagram, but I got this big piece on my knee, and I was originally booked in to be there for 4 hours, and he ended up it's not his fault or anything, but like it ended up taking 8 hours, and I had only anticipated to be there for the 4, so like I didn't really bring any food or anything like that.
Did you ever feel like you were gonna pass out?
When it was finished, I stood up and like I went to go get a tip, and I got out to the street, and I couldn't see. I was like, okay, if I cross the street now, I might not make it back. So like I went back down, and I was like, I'm sorry to be a pain, but I need to lay down.
Oh wow. Well, I'm glad you thought that, like you were
Yeah.
realistically saying no. I think I should chill for a minute. Like this is for real.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
feel
I
right.
couldn't see. I was like, this doesn't feel normal.
Yeah.
I had
No, so I went
line
back
work
down.
done on my arm, and by the last like hour of the line work, I was in cold sweats and shakes.
Oh man.
It was so bad.
Yeah. Do you know what area that was? Because I had something
Oh,
like that in like my ditch here.
so they started on the wrist, and then they finished on my upper shoulder area,
Yeah.
and it's like more. I think it felt like it was the most sensitive out of everything that they went through.
Hmm.
The dip here in my like elbow, it wasn't so bad, and some people thought that like here and like in the inside arm, um, like the tricep area is
Yeah.
like the more sensitive part, but that wasn't so bad. But once they reached the shoulder, oh,
Really? I thought the shoulder is where you have your muscles and more meat, no? But no, not
the
everyone's
skin
different.
itself, yeah, it's like the back shoulder skin is like I don't know. For me, it's a lot more sensitive, and I was just like cringing as they were like carving.
Oh, yeah, some areas are
Mm.
rough, man. Like I got both my shins were okay, and then I got the
I
back.
saw those. Those are really
Yeah.
badass.
Ooh,
Wow, the
shins?
Thank you.
colors.
Yeah, but both of my shins are done. I got like on one I've got like a burning witch, and on the other I got a burning church. Um, yeah, those were fine. And then I went on the back of that leg, and that
I can.
was
Oh,
that was rough.
The pain
the
feels
knee?
awesome.
Close. It was close,
Masochism.
but like, yeah, I don't pit of the knee. I think is an area that I would have to be like seriously amped up to get those done.
I'm gonna
Wow.
take a couple of shots of this real quick.
Yeah. If you could just like whack me over the back of the head and then wake me up, that'd be great.
Maybe pass out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Are any of your tattoos inspired by anything like music related, or were they meaningful in any way, like, or you just love the style of it and you said I want something like that?
So the only like meaning I only really have one meaningful tattoo, and I don't know if I can really get out. I've got this on my inner arm, which is like a little like rubber hose dude. So I got that matching tattoo with my partner. She has one down on her leg.
Mm.
And we got that for my birthday. But everything else is just like, oh, that looked cool. It would be cool if I got this like medieval flail on my leg, and then I would just go and get it. I never really put much thought into them, because I find that I have this like thing where like if I'm like posting a picture, or if I've created something, I will listen to it or look at it so much until I don't like it anymore.
Me
So
too. I'm like that. You convince yourself, like,
yeah,
no, it's not that great.
it's yeah, it's rough. So like I was just like, well, if I just get it done, then I can't hate it. It's on me. Like there's no getting rid of it, so I might as well just go and get it, and then and then deal with it.
Or eventually you get tired of looking at it. You're like, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Like
change
there's a bunch on this arm that I would probably cover up now, but like yeah, I don't care enough. I'd rather get everything else done and then maybe go to it at some point. But I don't for sometimes you don't even realize they're there until you look in the mirror and you're like, who's this dude?
Or
Who's this
somebody's like,
thug with
oh,
all these
that's a cool
tattoos?
tattoo, man. Can I see
Like,
it?
Yeah.
I do have tattoos.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I did do that. I did spend that money.
So that one arm, I'm surprised because you have like tattoos everywhere. That one arm is clean. So are you just like, you just need to have one arm that we're like, okay, I'm gonna keep this. Just like, are you planning to cover it too?
Oh, I'm covering everything.
Okay.
We're going up. We're going up here.
So what are
Whole
the
body.
plans? What are the plans? What do you just don't know yet, or you have an idea of the next one?
So a lot of it is on the fly. I've got one planned. I'm gonna get my stomach done when the government says that I can,
Yeah.
when I'm allowed out the house. So there's this guy called Bailey. He works in London, and his thing is like black and grey skeletons, like they're a little bit cartoony. It's just like nice. Anyway, like I wanted to get like a corpse, but with like things grown over it. Like it's been there for a while, and there's
Moss.
like nature. Yeah, like the
Mhm.
moss and
Oh,
like
that's
mushrooms
cool.
coming out of the eye and stuff.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get that laying like across the stomach, and
Ooh.
then there's a guy that does full back pieces, and it's just like
I
really
love
like
back pieces. Back pieces are
back
my
pieces
favorite.
are so good. Yeah, he does like this cool like surreal like pretty lady heads with like waterfalls and it's
Ooh.
cool. But I was gonna go to him and be like, I want you to do this, but make it kind of like spooky, you know?
Yeah,
make
like put your
add a
spin
little
on
bit
it.
of spice
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, like put your flavor in there and make it something.
Yeah,
make it
yeah.
yours, but with his ideas. Yeah.
I'll just give him like an album from Death and be like, listen to this, and then draw what you feel, and I'll get it on my back.
That sounds so cool. Yeah, well, I can't wait
Yeah.
to see that. I know. Luna, we were gonna go get his filled in because he needs to get some color on his sleeve, and it happened right when COVID started, and then they had to like shut down the tattoo shop that he was gonna get it.
Yeah.
It was just so
Yeah.
bad. I was like,
Sucks.
damn it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I had so many plans, and then all of a sudden they didn't overnight. But hopefully soon we can get back on that.
Oh no, what happened? No.
It's a fake timeout.
I was like, I got scared. I was like, no, not Alpine. Not Alpine. Yeah, Alpine is cool. He's from Germany. Do you know Alpine, right? Yeah,
Dude.
one thing that Alpine said that made me think of what you said was about Aerosmith. Like he went to see what was that band that he went to see? Oh my god, with the all girl band.
Oh,
Baby
girl,
Metal.
Baby Metal, yeah.
I love baby metal.
Yes, and he said he went not knowing what to expect, and he's like, wow, this wasn't really the thing I expected, but when I saw them live, it was like one of the best shows I've ever been, and like
They've really put on a show.
yeah, that's what he said. So I was thinking about that. Like he didn't know, that he would like it that much. So, you never know until you go to see a live show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're crazy. They're crazy fun.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's the way they do it. They do it big there. All right, so ready for the next song? So, chat, do you have any challenging songs that you would like Gibbous to try?
You know the game, chat. You can skill check me.
Skill check.
Play Guthrie Govan.
Oh my god. You can skill check me, but I have a reputation to uphold. Okay, I'm joking. Just throw something at me and I'll
You
see
can
what
still
we can
check
do.
me, but I can say no still.
Yeah. What is that? Smoke on the what? Yeah, no worries. All right.
Intervals by
Ooh,
Libra.
Intervals is a good one. Venom, killing it. We could do that.
Yes. Sounds cool.
All right. I've got thankfully I've got that one on here. So yeah, this one is tricky. They got the Pliny on this track,
Ooh,
who's a
Pliny.
yeah, crazy
one?
guitarist. What track?
Yeah.
It's called Libra by a band called Intervals.
Oh.
No. Polini's track.
Oh, this is an Intervals track, but Pliny is just featured on it.
Oh, okay. It's not an actual song that Polini made.
No. At least I don't think so. I haven't played this one in a while, so this is all right. Skill check.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. The Jeebus Corner
see
here on
I'll
YenYorkCity
see you guys
Live.
soon.
Let's do it.
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Thanks, guys.
That was amazing. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Guys, hype in chat. Hype in chat.
Venom crushed it with that request, dude.
That was a great request.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. Wow, guys. I mean, how are you enjoying Jibus? He's an amazing guitarist here. If you guys are in the lurk, thanks for the lurks. I love my lurkers. You know that you guys matter. And I gotta say, like, we've had such an amazing stream with Jibus. Like, I didn't even have to ask you questions. It was just like you were telepathically just going through like the notions of all the questions I already wanted to ask you, and we were just like going with the flow. It was very natural.
It's been an easy chat. It's nice.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? That's why I told you. I was like, it's very like we go with the flow, and it's I've never had a bad. Thank God. Let me see if there's any wood around here. Like, it's been really awesome this year. I'm telling you, like with the podcast, with the musicians, and having everyone, you know, be more like engaging in streams and being like open to doing these, so we can get to know you more in depth, you know, all the musicians here. And like, I think that's really what community is about, you know, and everybody gets to see another side of you and maybe get to ask questions they don't get to ask when you're just like focused on stream and
Yeah,
you're,
definitely.
you know, just playing. So like, chat, if you guys have any questions, I'm definitely, I got the big 12 song question for you coming up before we play the last song. But I wanted to give a chance to chat so they can, you know, say anything or maybe just ask you anything that they've been wanting to ask you off stream. If there's any
Yeah, I mean,
questions,
I'm an open book.
There was one question. There was a question. What do you think of thank you scientists? Zen is asking.
Ooh. Yeah. So I play a lot of those on stream. Specifically, I don't play a lot of bass, but I've been playing bass a lot recently. I play the bass. Those guys. Wow, that's another like of those jazz fusion, like metal-ish bands. They're crazy.
Yes.
Their stuff is intense, but oh my god, is it like groovy? It sounds so cool. I love them. I love them a lot.
Yeah, Zen Fusion was on the podcast last week, and he's super groovy, super fusion. He does funk, rock. He mixes fusion with jazz. I mean, he's the man. If you're into that kind of stuff, like, definitely check him out, Zen Fusion. And I see you guys like similar type of music. And you also said you have like a love for fusion with that metal and jazz. I'm like, I want to hear this. I wrote it down because that sounded freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
So
They're great.
That one's like a good one to go check out. Let me see. I think wow, it's amazing because I didn't even have to look at any of these. It was just very free flowing, and it just went from one topic and it just flowed to the next topic. It was super easy to like get through these questions.
Do you like avocado?
Ooh. I'm currently I'm like training myself. I have a lot of I need an allergy test basically because there's a lot of foods that really affect my throat. Unfortunately, avocado is one of them.
No.
I can only have it in very small amounts. So I can't answer that quick. I feel like I haven't experienced it enough. Yeah. There are so many, like there are other veggies that I would put above.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I know you have plans to start writing originals, right? Is there anyone in mind that you would want to collab with, or if you know you want to like kind of say any names or anything, like yeah, I would love to be able to actually like collab with this streamer or that streamer?
So hopefully we're getting a collab with Zian together soon to do some like metalcore stuff, which I think would be really cool. I would love to collab with like some people on like a synthwave record. I'm really like passionate about trying to get into like synthwave music. I know a lot of it is synthesizer and I can't really play keyboard, but bands
really
like
don't need to.
Yeah,
I know
bands
what
like Carpenter Brute, like the song Turbo Killer played on like a 7-string guitar, and I play that a bunch. So it would be cool to do like a synthwave record, but with like metal fusion. Yeah, I think it
Oh,
would be really really cool.
that sounds like the future.
I'd love to collab with everyone if I could. I always say on stream, like, if you wanna do a song together, just tell me, and
You heard
I'll
that, guys? Hit him
we'll get
up.
it together. We'll do something.
Because Jebus
Yeah.
is the man, okay? I mean, you guys just saw what he could do with the guitar. So, and what he likes. He has a lot of many interests. He's an awesome person to chill, hang out with. Easy. I mean, I could tell you're like pretty easy to work with because you're just like very
I'm easy as
slow.
hell.
You know, you're like chill. He's into craft beer. If you're into, he does those weekly Discord. So maybe, maybe with some beers and some, Discord, and you guys could go back and forth with ideas. You never know, right? You never know. But I think definitely collabing is the way to go, especially with everything going on with the DMC and all that stuff. And I think that's how you grow your community, and within everyone that has different, flavors and different styles, like the fusion that you were talking about. That's really where it's at, because you don't know what kind of, like, you're creating like another genre almost, because you're mixing, and you don't know what blend you're gonna get. So collabs, original music is where it's at. So I think for 2021 we're gonna see a lot of those things happen next year, and I think that's really the step forward to a lot of what musicians could start planning, because it's fun too. You never know what's gonna come out until you try it, So
Exactly.
collabs.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 12 song question. So I gave you, the heads up. I ask everyone this question. The 12 top songs to the soundtrack of your life, which is 12 songs that will sum up, I guess, if you had an album of all the songs that like, let's say 2 of them could be your childhood, 2 of them could be like, reminds you of like high school, or like of your parents, something that they played growing up that just stayed with you, that gives you the feels, the feelings, or your favorite song you know how to play, or the first song you learn how to play. So 12 songs if you had an album and soundtrack of your life.
Okay, so if I feel like the first 2, maybe I'll take those from like childhood. One of them would be it's called Rhythm of the Night by a band called DeBarge, which is God, they're 2 mustached men, like spandex wearing men, that sing like disco music. And that song, I remember my mum put that on the car one time, and every morning I would get up and go down to the PC and put it on and listen to it. And I haven't that's funny, because that song I completely forgot about, actually just came into my head as you said that. So now I'll post this, I will go and listen to that 300 times over. So that's one of them. She was definitely a Britney. I love Britney Spears, Cam. I love
Toxic.
Britney Spears.
Free Britney, free Britney.
Oh, this is such a hard question. I think
I gave
Under
you
the
the heads up.
Bridge,
Okay, from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Under the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I went to see them recently with my dad, and
That's good. That's a good one.
I remember. I think the first book I ever really really got into was Anthony's autobiography. That was in like a kind of like a painful read. That book is all over the place in terms of like, dude's had a hard life.
Wow, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes that pain is what brings the magic. It brings like the experiences, and then stuff happens.
Yeah, good music is birthed from pain and experience.
Yep. Ain't that the truth?
Exit music for a film by Radiohead.
Oh,
I
that's one of my
adore
faves,
that
too.
song.
Yeah.
It's so like haunting. Yeah, that's probably the word I'd use to describe it, because it's like I don't know if you saw that Black Mirror episode. Have you seen the show?
Yeah, I've seen like
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
every episode.
Okay, so it was the one where they had blackmailed the kid, and they made him like rob a bank. That song was used at the end of that episode, and I already loved the song, but
Damn.
after watching that, I was like, damn, now it's even cooler. How many is that? Three.
Three,
Is that
yeah,
three?
that's the third one. Yeah,
Four.
exit music.
Oh, was it? Okay. Love You to Death by Typo Negative.
I'm such a Typo Negative fan too myself. Oh, I didn't know.
Peter Steele alone is an absolute god, but
Yes.
everything by Typo Negative I adore. That song specifically, though, I've had like a lot of late nights listening to that song in the fields, and
Aw.
I don't know, it kind of makes me feel better. So that's a nice one.
I actually went and I streamed the Peter Steele Tree last year for someone because they were a big Typo Negative fan, and they have in Brooklyn, he was from Brooklyn, so when he passed away, they planted a tree, and it's the Peter Steele tree, and every year the
Ooh.
fans go and then they like reunite, and then we decorate it in like Halloween like stuff, and like I put I think it was a snowflake obsidian in the ground, and I buried it, and then like I decorated it with like all this stuff, and I streamed it, and I played the entire, like I was playing a bunch of Typo Negative songs, and yeah, Love You
Nice.
to Death, and I'm like decorating it and putting skeletons and stuff like that, and while I'm playing with my other phone like all the Typo Negative songs, and
Yeah,
people are just staring at me. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm like a fan. I'm like devoted. I'm gonna do this.
that's
And I did it.
amazing.
Yeah, and it was, and then they
Do
have
you have a
bunch.
picture of that somewhere? I'd like to see the tree.
I think I have it on my Instagram. I'm like this, like from
Nice.
like like on the tree, and yeah. So
Yeah,
I get it. I'm a big Peter Steele fan too.
yeah. Amazing. All right, cool. That's good.
Aw.
um, I love the song "Passenger" by Deftones.
Oh yes, with Maynard. Oh,
Yeah, that's such a good song, and Maynard, his vocals on that, I didn't even know it was him for the first couple of times listening to it. I don't know why, because it sounds like him, but I just like I was so like in the song that I didn't even pick up on it until like recently, and that makes it even cooler that he was on that track because it fits so well.
oh yeah. Have you listened to the new Deftones that came out this year?
Parts.
Okay. All right.
I'm not feeling it as much.
Well, which is your favorite album?
White Pony,
Mine too.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, that I can listen to that album front to back, over and over again, and
Around the Fur.
it
Also,
never gets
yeah.
old. Around the Fur, yeah, is amazing. I also quite enjoyed Koi no Yoken, I think it's called.
Yeah. That was the older.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Holy Hell by Architects,
Oh.
which was off of their most recent album. The album was they wrote after their lead guitarist passed away, and so like the album is so like dark and kind of raw, and I remember seeing it live, and I was standing. I had lost everyone, so I was like drunk in the middle of a pit,
Oh no.
and they did this like tribute before the
Mhm.
song came on, and I cried,
Aww.
but it was like, oh, it was like so unbelievable.
It was in the
So
moment.
yeah, that song was
I
that
caught it
song
in a
was great.
Perfect Circle concert, and yeah, I know like that moment, that like that note that they hit or something, and it's just like
Yeah,
it's
you
like
know what's about to come,
yeah.
and you're like, I
Yep.
can't handle it.
Yep.
How many is that? I've lost count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 so far.
Like a Stone from Audio Slave.
Aw. You know that Chris Cornell, that's Bay. So like
Chris Cornell was the perfect like
everything.
God, yeah.
And he
What?
was actually just as nice in person and graceful and sweet. He wasn't one of those that, and you look at him, you're like, he's freaking gorgeous. He's a rock star. He's everything. And no, he treated everyone very kind.
That's always good to hear.
Yeah.
You never want to hear that like someone from your favorite band is like a dick to people.
Yeah.
No, I'm always worried about that.
Yeah. There was a lot going on in that heart and that brain of his.
Yeah. Next song is Systematic Habit by Garbage.
Oh my god. Wow.
um,
Okay.
it's not like a usual Garbage pick.
Yeah.
I love it all, but I I had them on shuffle when I was driving home somewhere, and I had this song came on shuffle, and I'd never heard it before. And do you know when you hear the first 10 seconds of the song, and you're like, I'm already adding this to my
I always
playlist.
say that the first 30 seconds, you know, it's like I'm feeling it or not. Like the first 30 to a minute, that's when you have the time to capture your audience in the first 30 to a minute, you know. That's I say that too, and I get it. So yeah,
Exactly.
you heard it
And
like in shuffle, and it was like, oh, what's this?
that immediately grabbed me, and I was like, all right, this is I'm golden here.
Out of out of
Yeah.
curiosity, so what? Okay, because you we're both big Garbage fans. So what's your favorite Garbage album, and what's your second favorite song then, other than that one? It's a hard
Second favorite song. Hang on, let me have a think. I really like Cherry Lips.
one. Cherry Lips. Yeah.
Cherry Lips is a good one, and I also there was another song. Hang on, I've completely forgot the name of the song. It was off of the same album. It was Blood for Poppies. I really enjoyed off of Not Your Kind of People, which was like a later album, but Beautiful Garbage is I think my favorite one.
Oh, Alpine, thanks for gifting that sub to QT Drummer. Welcome in.
Hell
QT.
yeah, Alpine.
I think your mic is like staticky. Okay, so then that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 so far. Those are 8.
Okay, so I was like trying to think about, because you said like songs that mean a lot or like define your life, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of songs that I found recently that I would put straight up there, and I think that means a lot, because like I could go back and I could pick like, oh yeah, like Enter Sandman, or like Sweet Child of Mine, but I feel like because these songs have become my favorite so quickly that means a lot more. So
Yeah, I get
there's a
that.
song by Gunship called Artemis and Parzival, which is like it's a love song about two people playing a VR game.
Speaking of Black Mirror, then wasn't that a Black Mirror episode?
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember that. That's wild.
It's like a nice synthwave ballad. It's like a duet between the vocalist Dan and a lady called Stella LePage, and it's so nice.
What's the name
It's
of
such
it?
just like a nice song. And I listen to it almost daily. So
Oh, so yeah,
feel that
that
says a lot.
hit hard then, that one.
Oh yeah, that got under my skin in the best kind of way.
Oh, I love that. And then it's like, why are you listening to it so much? Sometimes people are like, oh, like I know there's sometimes that happens to me. I have to listen to it at least once because I want to feel that feeling.
Yeah.
And then you almost don't want to listen to it too much.
Sometimes you have to stop yourself.
Yes, you don't want to get tired of it, but at the same time, it's like sometimes I don't get tired of things. Like with music, it just gives you a feeling.
Yeah, exactly. And that song, without a doubt, never fails to like bring out that like dopamine rush. So I figured that was probably like an important one to throw up there.
So that one is 9.
Cool. 3 more. Okay.
Yes.
Song by I've spoken about them a lot on this podcast. But a song by Arcane Roots. It's called Matter, and it was off of one of their. So they released like an EP before they broke up, and it was the one before that, and it was when they kind of changed from prog metal to more like electronic. And the intro to this song, it's like a choir with like a deep synth, but built up of just his voice. And it's like, if you have good headphones and you listen to this for the first time, like I got goosebumps.
It was melt into the
oh my
song
god, it
and
was
the harmony.
like such an experience. And then I got to hear it live, and that was what a treat.
So you got to see them live. See, that's really,
I got to see that song live.
Oh man, yeah, that's the ultimate right there.
Yeah, and that was worth listening to the song a billion times over. Because again, that was like, I was kind of scared that I was gonna ruin it for myself, but it's like, nah, I'm just gonna keep listening.
Yeah.
You can't stop me.
So that's 9.
I would put up To Bid You Farewell from Opeth.
Opeth! Yeah, we got Opeth fans in the chat.
Oh, sweet. But yeah, To Bid You Farewell is my favorite Opeth track. And it's a song that I kind of really like playing on guitar, because a lot of the track it's like a 13-minute track, but a lot of it is like a couple acoustic guitars. It's like almost like a dueling like acoustic lead, and it's like really kind of chill for an Opeth song. And I know like a lot of diehard Opeth fans don't like the chill stuff. They prefer like Demon of Fall or like Face of Melinda.
Yeah, Face of Melinda.
Face of Melinda's good, or like Ghost of Perdition, which I also love.
Yeah.
But To Bid You Farewell is Chef's Kiss.
Ooh.
That's a nice track. Yeah. There is a song that I guess it's kind of like a recent find. It's by a person called Kavinsky. My partner showed me this track. Kavinsky featuring The Weeknd.
Oh, okay.
Who I love.
Mm-hmm.
I think The Weeknd is an incredible musician, and it's probably like another person you wouldn't expect, like a metalhead to kind of dig. But yeah, this track is called Odd Look. Oh my god, what a song. Yeah, Alpine likes the synthwave. Me and him are gonna get on. Yeah, this track is amazing. And Kavinsky did the soundtrack to Drive, featuring Ryan Gosling.
Oh wow, yeah.
Which great soundtrack, and yeah, his albums are just as good. So
check that out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to send you guys a bunch of songs after this.
Oh yeah, definitely feed us all these
definitely
songs.
Check it out.
Yeah, because I love listening to what people love on the podcast, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like I like when people throw me things that I don't know, so then it's fresh. And you're like, oh yes, and it's like you just end up bathing in all this great music that you've never had before, and it's the best. It's the best when you can find new artists that you fall in love with.
Yeah, because you get to like not everyone has the same experience, and like I feel like going into listening to a track where someone is so passionate about it like makes it so much better, because like how much this specific song has like impacted someone's life, and that's always cool that you can kind of share that experience.
Yeah, for sure.
I dig that.
Music connects us all.
It does. Sorry, I just saw Alpine's. What's a good song or album to start with listening to Arcane Roots?
That's a good question.
Album. I think if Alpine you like synthwave, I would go for Melancholic Hymns, because a lot of that album is a synthy. Specifically, maybe the song Matter, which is the one that I mentioned earlier. That's my favorite one. Because the intro to that is so like bassy and synthy, and if you listen to that with nice headphones, you will be transported, my friend. You'll be whisked away So give that one a listen if you've got time. That's a cool track. Do I have one
I
more?
think we got one more, yeah.
One more. Okay, so I guess I'll throw in like a metal track before people are like, he doesn't actually like metal.
No, I
There's
love that we've seen a different side of you. This is why
Yeah.
these podcasts are so freaking cool, because you get to see
Yeah.
the different sides and colors that they paint their world with, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like not a lot of these songs have been metal songs. But I will end with there's a band called Dissection, which are
Dissection.
they're like I think they're Swedish. They're like a Swedish black metal band. And they did a track called Mahakali, which is my favorite metal song of all time.
Oh, wow.
I hold
that
this song
deep?
very highly.
Is that deep? His favorite song
Yeah,
of all
yeah.
time.
I've had a lot of good memories with this song. I never got to see them live because the vocalist passed away, and then they just like didn't do anything else. But yeah, that song. If you guys like metal, or like particularly like darker metal, that's a great track. There's some nice guitar in that song.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I play that on stream a lot.
The next time I go into your stream, I'm gonna remember that one. to
Yeah,
throw
please
at you.
do. Please do.
Wow, that's a list, I'll tell you. And what I love is that you have like so many different genres within this list. You got Radiohead, you got Typo Negative, you got Audio Slave, you got The Weeknd over here.
Yeah.
You know, Gunship,
my playlist
Garbage,
is a very
Deftones.
if you have
Red
it on
Hot Chili
shuffle.
Peppers. Yeah, I mean, I love that. I mean, so I think if I was to like hear your, you know, like your Spotify or whatever and like put it on shuffle, it'd be safe, because I think all of these are solid, amazing 12 songs of the soundtrack of your life. I think they're all beautiful. They are all piece of you because they make you feel a certain way. So I love that.
Thank you.
It's definitely one of my favorite questions I like to ask, because it really shows a variety of the person that I'm, you know, like getting to
It
know.
rounds out the personality.
Yes.
Yeah. It's definitely like a way to really kind of get to know someone.
And it's
Especially like someone that their whole kind of internet persona is music based.
mm-hmm.
So
Sure.
yeah.
It's like the colors in your crayon box, I would say.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely.
Like all the paints that you paint your world with. So I love that. So
Yeah.
chat, anything else you would like to ask this beautiful man right here, because he has given us this space and time. And I gotta say, like, it's been a pleasure. It's been super awesome to get to know your journey on Twitch and how you started. And I mean, being here since when it was Justin TV, that's crazy, right? And seeing the transitions of the music community, and, you know, I mean, yeah, I really know and feel that you're gonna grow even more. Like, and yeah, the whole thing with the collabs, I think that's something that you need to jump on. And I think people will be more than happy that you're open to collabs. And you'll see people will start coming out and be like, hey, I heard that, you know, what's up?
It's exactly what I want. Come slide into those DMs, guys.
So what is the last song that you're gonna play?
So I have a song in mind, but I didn't know if either of you wanted to hear a specific song, because you know I play requests all the time, so I didn't know if maybe you guys wanted to hear something specific, or I can just chuck
How
another one out there.
about what are you guys feeling? Let's have a vote. I know that we have some Opeth fans in chat. Also, I'm giving you guys some control now. Like, do you want to give him a request for the last song, or else I'll tell him to play anything he would really want to close up with?
At first I thought, well, she said Elmo stuff.
Elmo stuff.
Emo stuff.
Emo.
Play what your heart feels.
That's a good one.
Ooh, Flesh God. I was thinking Flesh God Journeys.
Ooh. Well, she is
Wonderwall.
Elmo.
Um, we could do Flesh God.
Ooh.
Flesh God Apocalypse. Flesh God is like my party trick song, I guess, because it's the fastest song I know.
Ooh, so yeah, so that's
That's
the
crazy
one.
fast.
That's what we're gonna blow it out the water over here. We're gonna end it with that one.
All right, this
Someone
is
sent that to me as a request for a drum cover, and I didn't know who it was, and then I played the first track, and I'm like, nah, screw this shit, I can't.
dude. The
On
drummer of
drums?
that band is like he's a unit.
Yeah.
How's Bleed on the guitar? Bleed is hard on the guitar.
Asking for a friend. I know all the drummers in chat are like, oh gosh, please.
those time signatures on Bleed are
Yeah.
killer.
They're beautiful.
Cool. I'm ready when you guys are.
All right, guys,
let's
the
rock.
last song from the Jeebus Corner. All right, I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and thanks everyone for coming in, all the follows, all the lurks, and yeah. So remember, we'll talk after this song anyways. So we're gonna let him do his thing. He's gonna shred, and I don't know, maybe even pop a string. I don't know, but like he's gonna go in. He's gonna go in. So let's hope that it stays intact, though. I don't want that to happen, but I'm just saying. So without further ado, Jeebus,
All right.
let's do it.
This song is called "The Violation" by Flesh God Apocalypse. So.
Alive.
Holy shit!
God damn.
I don't play any of that.
Now we know why.
A song is a wrist burner. Thanks, guys.
Oh my god, yes! That was amazing. Wow, now we know why they call him Jebus. Yeah, because he's like the Jesus of guitar right now. Like, he just proved it right now. That was amazing. I know, right?
Thank you.
Guys, give it up for Jebus.
Thanks, guys.
Wow. So, I mean, I don't even know what to say after that. That's just mind blowing. That was like, I was just like in awe of like how fast that was and everything going on.
It's a tough one. It's definitely like if you want to train like your tremolo picking or even just like wrist picking strength, that song is perfect. Also,
Wow.
it hurts.
It's like, do you have any like stretches that you do before attempting to play those kind of songs?
I kind of just do like a little like wrist spin, and then you kind of just go for it because like I find that like if you play stuff that fast, you end up like tensing really hard when you're like trying, and it works, but also like kind of takes the energy out, because you're spending so much of your energy like flexing while you're trying to play this song.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of just learned to calm down and play fast, but not like have my whole body tense up so that I can play even faster.
As a drummer, Luda, I mean, what were you thinking when you were hearing the drums to that?
Yeah.
But doesn't it make you want to play the drums though?
Yeah. No.
No. I don't know. We might have to do a drum stream after.
Here we go. Here's the first collab. Let's collab on that song.
Yeah,
Yes.
Flesh God, right?
Let's do it. That would be amazing.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Wow. So Jebus, it was freaking fucking awesome, man. Like, I really enjoyed this time that you gave us.
It's been a pleasure.
It's really been really fun, like super fun, and I see why the community loves you so much because you're so fucking awesome. Not only on the guitar, but as a person, you're just super chill to hang out with and talk to. It's very natural. It feels like we're friends already, like we are, right? So like, yeah, how fucking yeah. So I hope you could come to TwitchCon whenever this shit goes, and like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully one day we can all like hang out and just see how TwitchCon ends up happening one day. I don't know, but like I think it's gonna be super awesome when I think everybody's gonna go crazy though. Like once this whole patch is over, like we miss shows, we miss all these things, that those festivals this summer. And yeah, but we have to do what we got to do, and I think this is the best thing we could do right now is just like support musicians that are actually trying to give us entertainment while we're in quarantine, while there's still there's a lot of places that are going on lockdown now again because it's coming back for the second wave. So
yeah,
guys, like seriously, like support your musicians. They're here, giving us entertainment, showing us some light at the end, of all this, and just keep on being strong, because this year was no joke. It was no joke, but for streamers, I think it's been, a fun kind of like therapeutic growth, because whatever it is, we can still beat this together, and it's almost at the end. So if you've been going through some sadness and stuff, go into these streams. Music is healing, and together, we rock out.
Let's rock out. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So guys, Jebus, the next time he's gonna go live is what's your schedule again for everyone coming in or working?
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. I'll be live tomorrow.
Okay, so yeah, in the morning, right? Well, morning for us, but for you it's
morning for you. It's 3 p.m. for me. 3 p.m. GMT.
Okay.
So whatever that is for you guys, time zones. I'm
Maybe like 6
horrific
hours
at. Yeah,
It's not bad.
yeah. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow.
So go follow this man. He's amazing. The TheJebusCorner. Thank you for your time and space. And whenever you want to come back, hey, you know, we're always here. If you guys are going to do any collabs or anything like that next year, I'm hoping to get more people with originals. And I'll promote the shit out of your stuff, you know, and have you on here again. And we could do this. We could hang out and have fun again and see all the original synth and metal and fusion goodness that you got going on in your mind. It's going to happen. So I can't wait. I can't wait to hear that. And thanks everyone for being here. I see a lot of your peeps came in. I see. Let's see.
They're the best.
Yeah, you got some real like true booze. Okay. Like there's some awesome people in your community. I can see why. You know, 'cause you're awesome. Your vibe attracts your tribe, like I always say. Steven says that tune remind him a lot of Bloodbath.
Ooh, I love Bloodbath. Bloodbath are good.
Yeah, Stevens is another one. I think you would really get along with him. He's fairly new, but he can shred. I like to call him Steven
Nice.
Shreds, but he's like, I don't know about that name.
I like the name Steven.
Yeah, Steven. It's cool. But yeah, he's gonna be on the podcast in January. And next week, guys, we have Cam Spence drums. Okay.
My dude.
He's fucking awesome. All right. This whole
Phenomenal.
weekend, we've been listening to a lot of his original stuff with his band. No, what was, I don't want to say it wrong. Novena.
Oh,
Novena.
Novena, yeah.
Novena. Yeah, man. Wow. And their whole like music is like totally. There's moments that it's a different kind of genre, and then there's other moments it changes. It has a lot of beautiful, you know, parts in there. So I can't wait because he does a lot of original stuff, and he's a drummer. And I can't wait. Next week, guys, tune in. Cam's gonna be here, so it's gonna be super fun. But it's gonna be on a different time. I think with him, it's gonna be on a special time. I think it's 1 in the afternoon Eastern time. But that's gonna be Monday. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of cool people. November, December. But yeah. But today we had this awesome Jesus of the shredding gods on Twitch. So guys, make sure to follow him. Make sure to go support and give him some love because he's awesome. And hopefully we get to hear more stuff next year when he does originals and collabs. So if you guys are listening over there, get this guy before you can't anymore because he's gonna be busy. He's gonna be very busy. Okay? That's what I'm saying.
Book me up.
Yes, look him up while you can. Okay.
I call first dibs.
Oh, there
Sold.
you go.
Sold to the highest bidder.
Alright guys, thank you so much, and I hope to see you on the next stream. And yeah, be good, rock out, stay metal, but remember meditate. Bye guys. Thank
Much
you.
love.
Much love.